Probably wouldn't have reviewed this album in general, but special requests come in handy once in a while. Let's give this one a shot. Fire and Brimstone is the newest album released by Brantley Gilbert. Another country album to add to my review collection. Yeah, gotta do more of these. Selective about it, but I'm glad I'm doing this one. I'm really trying to find country artists that in this day and age presently are going to grab my attention. Now recently, probably the ones I liked most, Casey Musgraves obviously really impressed me with her album last year. But it wasn't really pure country either, but that's okay. I really liked Brooke White's album that she released recently, but I don't think she's always going to do country music entirely. She's definitely good at singer-songwriter as well. Cassidy Pope also had a decent album for me. It wasn't fantastic, but I enjoyed most of the songs on that album. So, what do we get with Brantley Gilbert? Well, here's what I think at the very beginning. In this album, the first 3 songs, I guess, are what is called outlaw country, I think. And I don't know if it's the genre or just the style Gilbert presented here, but I wasn't really digging it. The third song, called Welcome to Hayesville, that song could have worked for me. I think it had potential, but I don't think it should have gotten so grimy, or maybe it could have had a different production. I really don't know, but there was something about it. It was like, there was an idea there, and I wish I could have seen it been pulled off a little bit better. Okay, well now that we got that out of the way, the rest of this album I actually thought was pretty decent. Not tons of it that I fell head over heels for, but I'm glad that I heard a male's vocals in country that I thought, oh, okay, so you can pull something off here. And a few songs in here where the story and the lyrics really paid off. Starting with the album titled song Fire and Brimstone. Now, the song itself, there are moments where I think I would not care to listen to this one as much as the other ones that I want to mention, but it did do something for me that I can rarely say about other songs. It inspired me to want to write my own song about a topic that kind of popped into my head while listening to this song. So therefore, I have to share it. I do think it's good to an extent, and I think others could also get inspiration from listening to it. Probably not the same as me, but in some capacity, I'm sure it could mean something to you. The next song I really want to mention is Bad Boy. Is that bad boy? Is that wrong side of the track? Now, this is a song where I think a lot of guys, especially if you're a country boy, if you're looking for redemption for your potential future, this is a great song to try and share what that feeling might be like. Because if you got a significant other in your life and you've had a little bit of a crossroads with some trouble, there's always a way. And maybe this song can kind of help others to understand where you might be coming from and what you're holding inside. The very last song, this is also a keeper. It's called Man That Hung the Moon. There's a lot of emotional depth that goes into this one. And it's not just about taking a lesson for yourself, but also making sure that you're an example to provide a particular lesson for the future, especially if you have little ones in your family, whether they're your own or their nieces or nephews or anything like that. It's a sweet little song. Remember that. Plenty of these other songs can work out well for you, and he does provide some pretty interesting, clever lyrics in many of them. I like the song New Money. It's got some catchy rings to it in its lyrics. Man of Steel works okay. It has some things that could have been tweaked, but there's something about it that I remember liking. Also, the song Laid Back Ride. These are just all songs that I would kind of just like to mention on the side. There's not a whole lot where I feel like I can dissect it super well because, again, my knowledge with country is more limited than other genres. But I am happy to say that I found more positives in this album than not, because I remember the first time listening through it, I remember kind of feeling a little bit mixed. But it is kind of those first 3 songs where I'm just like, I don't know if I'm really going to enjoy this. But then it picks up, it switches directions slightly, and Brantley Gilbert does show us kind of what some more, I guess, traditional country could be like. But despite whatever you want to categorize any of the styles in each particular song, the last 2 that I highlighted specifically, those I will take. Those have good messages in them. And I don't think anyone could really doubt the impact they could have sharing them in the right occasion. There's some power to that. So after having listened and reviewed this album, with production of 83%, creativity 80%, expression and lyrics 83%, I'm going to give this album a good. Despite me maybe not liking the idea of outlaw country, well, maybe it's just those songs, I'm not sure. Brantley Gilbert sure does look like an outlaw on that album cover. It's a little bit more dark than I would like it to be, but I think he's pulling off what he thinks he's trying to do. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, if you want to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, remember to subscribe and follow all the social media for this channel so you can get that yes in your life. See you next time.